Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another night of American League 1978 doubleheader action. This will be a home opener as the Texas Rangers take on the Boston Red Sox, and then we'll take you to Kansas City as the Cleveland Indians take on the Kansas City Royals in two games for the price of one here on STM Network. So we bring you live coverage of Strat Baseball. We'll go ahead and broadcast these games one after the other. So about an hour's of action, two games. Um, please like and subscribe if you haven't come in. It's been kind of a light night for seeing people in chats tonight. So hopefully we'll have a couple people come in, stay, watch the games this evening. So let's go ahead and get us underway. In this contest, in this opening day matchup, the Rangers come in at 2-3. The Red Sox come in very impressively at 4-1. Pitching for the Rangers, Doyle Alexander. Pitching for the Red Sox is Dennis Eckersley. For the Red Sox defensively, again, it's Yastrzemski, Lynn, Evans. Then it's Hobson, Burleson, Remy, and Scott. Fisk behind the plate, and Eckersley is your pitcher. Eckersley's 1-0, 4 ERA, pitched a complete game over giving up 10 hits over 9 innings, 3 walks, no walks, 3 strikeouts, and gave up 3 home runs in his first start. For the Rangers, it's going to be Hargrove, Campaneris, Oliver, Zisk, Hara, Washington, Beniquez, Wills, and Sundberg. Now I wonder, by looking, no, Washington was a Ranger then. I haven't done that trade as of yet. But here's Hargrove, the leadoff, hitting 409, no home runs, no RBIs. Eckersley looks in, gets the sign, the big old windup by Eckersley. And that's going to be a line drive to shortstop, caught by Burleson one away. Here's Bert Campaneris. Campaneris on the year hitting 429, 14 at bats, nothing across on the board. Eckersley with the full windup and the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Burleson with the easy throw, and there's 2 outs. And here's Al Oliver hitting 286, 1 home run and 7 RBIs. Eckersley with the full windup. Here's a pitch to Oliver. And that's going to be a fly ball to center field. That's hit at Lynn. That's a catch and makes it. And side retired. 3 up, 3 down. Rangers nothing. And here come the Bo Sox. For the Rangers, it's Oliver, Beniquez, and Washington. Hara, Campaneris, Wills, and Hargrove. Sundberg behind the plate. And Alexander on the mound. He's 0-1, 5.68 ERA. 8 hits over 6 innings and 1 walk. Red Sox lineup is going to be Remy, Burleson, and Rice. Yastrzemski, Fisk, and Lynn. Scott, Evans, and Hobson. Alexander looks in, gets the big windup, pitch to Remy. And that will be a line drive and caught. Oh, good catch by Bump Wills. Robbed him of a base hit. Here's Burleson hitting 348, 5 ribbies. Alexander with the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be a little liner and a base hit. This time the ball has eyes, as they say. Gets past Campaneris. Burleson's on base. And now with 1 out, he's on. Let's see if he takes a good size lead, if he can run. He does, but he does get picked a bit. So let's see if we take our chances here. With Sundberg behind the plate, it'll be a 1-12. If he gets it, he doesn't. So he stays at first. Now here is Jim Rice. 18 at-bats, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, hitting 556 with 7 walks. Alexander with the stretch. Here is the pitch to Rice. And that's going to be a strikeout for Rice, and Alexander's got a big out, 2 away. Here's Yastrzemski. So here in Boston, 1-17 are your lefty singles, 1-14 are your righties. Lefty, because of the big dimensions, is only a 1-9 home runs, but the Green Monster does give you home runs 1-15. This again was a very good hitter's ballpark. Alexander from the stretch now. Runner on first and 2 out. Pitch to Yastrzemski, only hitting .91. Pop the first, makes the catch. And we played 1 inning of play. It's Texas nothing and the Red Sox nothing. Top of the second here at Fenway Park. Here is Zisk, followed by Hara and Washington. Eckersley at the windup. Zisk hitting 167 and 3 ribbies. Here's the pitch. He struck him out. So Eckersley with his first strikeout of the day. Here's Hara hitting .294. Eckersley with the windup and pitch to Hara. And Hara with a line drive caught by Burleson. That's 2 outs. Here's Claudel Washington hitting .313, 2 homers, 3 RBIs. Eckersley with the windup and the pitch to Claudel. And that will be a pop to second. Remy with the catch, and good 2 innings from Eckersley. 3 up, 3 down. No score. We go to the bottom of the second. Fisk, Lynn, and Scott the bat for the Sox. Fisk only hitting about 100 with 1 RBI, struggling with the bat. Alexander with the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be a base hit for Fisk. So Fisk is on, second hit for the Sox. Now let's see what they can do. Does Fisk have any good catcher speed? Is that possible? He doesn't get picked, so he can run, shouldn't get picked, and he gets the lead, and he gets stolen base. Wow, Fisk with the steal. So Fisk kind of had a walking lead, got it off Alexander. Runner on second, nobody out. Here's Freddie Lynn hitting 333, home run, 3 RBIs. Alexander with the stretch to pitch to Lynn. And that's a walk. Now the Red Sox got 2 on and nobody out for great George Scott. 286, no home runs, and 3 RBIs. Alexander from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Scott. And that's going to be a walk, and the bases are full of Red Sox. And here is Dwight Evans. He has the quarter now. He can put it in the slot, and the merry-go-round will go round and round. Evans hitting 375, 16 at-bats and an RBI. Alexander from the stretch. Bases loaded, nobody out. Pitch to Evans. And a strikeout. There's 1 out. Alexander can now get out this inning. Here's Hobson, only hitting 133 and an RBI. Alexander from the stretch. Pitch to Hobson. And that's going to be a fly ball right field. That's Claudell Washington. That's a tough play. And it drops in front of him. A base hit. Fisk will score. Here comes Lynn, scores. The Red Sox lead 2-0 as Hobson drives in 2 runs. First and third, 1 man out. Here's Remy, 0 for 1. 25 at bats, 4 RBIs, hitting a healthy 400. Alexander from the stretch, pitch to Remy. And that's going to be a fly to center field. That'll get him another run. Beniquez scores. Runner from third will come on home and does. So that is 3-0 Boston. Here's Burleson now. Alexander from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Burleson. And that's a fly ball to left field. So the ball drops in front of Claudell Washington. 2 runs scored and starts the merry-go-round. 3-0 Boston. We head to the top of the third. Beniquez, Wills, and Sundberg. Beniquez only hitting .56, an RBI. Eckersley with the windup and pitch to Beniquez. And that's a ground ball to short. Burleson throws him out, 1 away. Here's Bump Wills, hitting 176, a home run, 3 ribbies. Switch hitter, batting from the left-hand side. Eckersley with the windup and the pitch. And that's a ground ball to first. Scott takes it to the back this time, 2 away. And here is Sundberg. Sundberg hitting 222 with the ribby. Eckersley with the windup and pitch to Sundberg. And that's a ground ball to third. Hobson with the throw, throws them out, and the side is retired. 9 in a row retired by Eckersley. 3-0 Boston. Rice, Yastrzemski, and Fisk to hit for him. Alexander looks in, gets the sign, wind up to Rice, and that is a ground ball to second, hit at Wills, gets it, and throws him out. Good play by Bump Wills. So Rice 0 for 2. Here's Yastrzemski. He popped up. His average continues to drop. He's only hitting .87 with a pop out his first at bat. Alexander with the full windup and pitch. And that's going to be a little liner, but caught by Wills for out number 2. So with 2 outs, here's Fisk. 1 for 1 with the run scored. Alexander with the windup, pitch to Fisk. And that's a ground ball to short. Campy's got it, throws him out the right side. It's retired. 3 up, 3 down in Boston. It's 3-0 Boston. We head to the fourth. Hargrove, Campaneris, and Oliver. So now Hargrove, the bat, left-handed hitter. Eckersley with the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. Burleson's got it in front of him, throws them out, and that's 10 in a row, retired by Dennis Eckersley. Here's Campaneris, 0 for 1. Eckersley with the full windup and pitch. Struck him out, 2 outs. That's 11 in a row, retired by Eckersley. Here's Oliver. He's 0 for 1. Eckersley, he flied out his first time up. Eckersley with the full windup and the pitch. And that's going to be a base hit for Oliver. First base of the ball game for the Strangers. Runner on first and 2 outs. Here's Zisk. Struck out his first time up. Eckersley from the stretch. With Eckersley's hold, gets picked off a little too much. Don't want to give him a base. Eckersley from the stretch. Pitch to Zisk. And that's a strike hit. Struck him out. So he retires 12 out of the last 13. It's 3-0 Boston. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Eckersley, is on a roll. So now here is Lynn. Lynn will be followed by Scott and Evans. Alexander with the windup pitch to Lynn. And that's a strikeout to Lynn, one away. Here's Scott. He walked his first time up and scored. Alexander with the windup and pitch. That's a ground ball to third. Hara with the long throw got him two away. Here's Evans. Struck out his first time up. He struck out with the bases loaded his first time up. Alexander with the windup, pitch to Evans. And that's a strikeout. So another strikeout for Alexander. Four in the books here in Boston. It's 3-0 Sox. So it's Hara, followed by Washington and Beniquez. Eckersley on the mound, only giving up one hit through four. Hara lined out his first time up. Pitch to Hara. Hara walks him. So now Hara's on, has good speed. We'll see if he wants to take a chance here. He can. He's going, and he makes it. So Hara with a stolen base. Runner on second, nobody out for Claudel. He's 0 for 1 to pop up his first time up. Eckersley from the stretch, pitch to Washington. And that's going to be a line drive in the gap. Evans with a sliding catch. Let's see if Hara can make it to third. He does. Hara gets it to third with one man out. Here's Beniquez. He's 0 for 1. Eckersley from the stretch. Hara taking a good lead off third. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball left field. That should be Yastrzemski. It's shallow enough. He's not going to be able to go. And Harris stopped at third. So with 2 outs, Bump Wills now the batter. Eckersley looked to make the big pitch here. Runner on third, 2 out. A difference between it being 3-0 and 3-1. Eckersley from the stretch. Pitch to Wills. And that's a hit by pitch. And all of a sudden, the tying run comes to the plate. And again, Bump Wills with that superior speed. And Sundberg, the batter, doesn't hit great in the clutch. Only loses maybe about one hit. So Sundberg's card will play well. We'll see what Wills can run 2 through 6. No pick. You got to give Wills a chance here. He's going to try to steal it. 42% says yes, but he doesn't get the lead. So now it's first and third. First and third, 2 outs for Sundberg. They could have ran Wills there, but didn't want to take the bat out of Jimmy's hands. Eckersley from the stretch. 2 outs, top of the fifth. Pitch to Sundberg. And he lines to short. Burleson with the play, and the Rangers come up short. They leave runners at first and third. It's 3-0 Boston. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning here at the big ballpark in Boston. So now it'll be Hobson lead off. Hobson will be followed by Remy and Burleson. Alexander with the windup, pitch to Hobson. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. Can't be with the play. Throw got him. Good play by Campaneris. Here's Remy, 0 for 1. Sac fly, RBI. Alexander with the windup, pitch to Remy. And Remy with a line drive deep to left center field. That's up against the wall. That's a double for Jerry Remy. Runner on second, 1 out. Here's Burleson, 1 for 2. Alexander from the stretch. Runner on second, 1 out. Boston looks to tack on. Ground ball to third. Hara keeps in front of him. Looks Remy back. Throws him out at first, and there's 2 outs here in the 5th. But now you make the decision. Rice is 0 for 2. He's 10 for 20 with 2 homers and 5 RBIs and 7 walks on the year. You're going to give Rice his second intentional walk here. First and second, 2 out to bring up Yaz. In 24 at-bats, Yaz has a home run and 3 RBIs. He has not had many hits. Alexander from the stretch. Big pitch of this ball game to Yastrzemski. Ground ball to second. Wills with the play, and that will work out in Texas's fate there. Good job intentionally walking Rice to put up Yastrzemski. Through 5, it's Texas. It's still Boston by 3. 3-0. Eckersley through 5 has been immaculate. 1 hit, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. And now here's Hargrove, followed by Campy and Oliver. Eckersley at the windup, pitch to Hargrove, and that's a walk to Hargrove. And for Eckersley, that's walk number 2. Let's see if Hargrove's got any wheels. Have we looked at it yet? He gets picked on a 10, which is kind of high odds. Don't think you want to try that. Let's see what kind of odds does he get. Let's see what are looking at here. So 17% gets it, which in action, he's not starred, I don't think. He's not. Gets it on a 7. Ooh, picked on a 9-10. We won't try that. Eckersley from the stretch. Campaneris may lay down a bunt. Here's the bunt by Campion. Does a good job. Hargrove will move to second, and there's one away. Even though you're down three, Texas still looking to get on the board. Here's Oliver, 1 for 2, a single, the only hit. Back in the fourth inning. Eckersley from the stretch. Runner on second, one out, pitch to Oliver. That's going to be a line drive to Burleson, out number 2. That's a tough out. And now here's Zisk, who has struggled with the bat. 20 at bats, a double, 3 ribbies. Eckersley from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Eckersley. That's going to be a ground ball to first. Scott takes it to the bag. Nothing across but a walk. They leave one. 3-0 Boston. We go to the bottom of sixth. Alexander comes out for the sixth. It's Fisk, Lynn, and Scott. Fisk, 1 for 2, runs scored. Alexander with the windup to Fisk. That is a walk to Fisk. Runner on first, nobody out. So Boston tries to add some here. Here's Lynn. Stolen base by Fisk his first time up. Can he get the chance? Nope. Doesn't get a second stolen base chance. Fisk was laughing, thought he would get another one. Alexander from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Lynn. And that's why you don't. Fly ball right center field down the line. It's gone. Lynn with the home run. And the Red Sox take a 5-0 lead. A 2-run homer for Freddie Lynn. So a 5-0 Boston lead here in the sixth. And here is George Scott. So Scott due up. That was a hit right down the line. Alexander with the windup pitch to Scott. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. Campaneris makes the throw, and there's one away. One out in the sixth. Here is Evans, 0 for 2, couple strikeouts. Alexander with the windup and pitch to Evans. And that's a line drive in the gap, off the wall, pings off it. Evans will have himself a double, and that might be all for Doyle Alexander. Wow, didn't think Alexander would pitch so poorly. Let's see who's on the staff here. Again, Steve Comer had 11 starts on the year. Long man, and was trying to stay away from him as a closer. So Steve Comer will come in relief for the Rangers. It's 5-0 Boston. Here the bottom of the sixth inning. Runner on second and one out for Hobson. Comer from the stretch and the pitch. And that's going to be a line drive in the gap. Now ping against the wall. Evans scores. Hobson with a double, and it's 6-0 Boston. They got 3 in the sixth and 3 in the second. Here's Remy. Runner on second, one out. Comer from the stretch. And Comer gives up another drive. That'll ping against the wall. Hobson scores. Remy in the second. It's 7-0 Boston. RBI double for Jerry Remy. So now here's Burleson, 1 for 3. Comer from the stretch and the pitch to Burleson. And that's a ground ball to short. That's Campaneris. Comes up and throws smoothly. Gets him. And Remy will, you know what? He'll go to third. And they'll get the sure out of first. So 2 outs. Remy's at third for Rice. 0 for 2 with intentional walk. Comer from the stretch and the pitch. And that's a strikeout for Rice. He's got nothing today on opening day. We played 6. It's 7-0 Boston going to the 7th. And Eckersley is working really well. He's pitching almost untouchable right now in the 7th. So now here is Hara. He'll be followed by Washington and Beniquez. Hara, 450 at-bats. He won't come out. Eckersley will wind up and the pitch. And that's going to be a base hit. Second base of the ballgame for the Strangers. Although they're down 7, here's Claudel Washington. 0 for 2 in the ballgame. Eckersley from the stretch. And that's going to be a ground as a walk. Now there's 2 on and nobody out. So Eckersley now maybe losing some. Here is Beniquez. He has struggled mightily, to say the least. Let's see if they have maybe somebody else who can play center field, who can come in this ball game. And that probably would be a gentleman by the name of Bobby Thompson. Not that Bobby Thompson, but a Bobby Thompson. So it'll be a Bobby Thompson sighting. But I think they're going to go, I was going to go with Lowenstein there. But let's see. They say the strongest bat in the lineup would be Lowenstein. Let's see. Do you want to do that? Let's bring in Bobby Thompson up. He does hit better against right-handed pitching. There's Bobby. Said, I told you, not the same Bobby Thompson. He's 0 for 1 so far on the season. Eckersley from the stretch pitched to Thompson. And that's a ground ball to short. That's Burleson. That should be 2. No, he gets a fielder's choice. Burleson had a hard time getting out of the glove. Now 1 out's a first and third. And now Bobby Thompson with a chance to steal second. Let's see what chances are. He does. Ew, no, we'll hold. We'll not try for second. First and third, one out. Red Sox playing the infield back. We'll go for a double play. The cut and he runs off. Eckersley from the stretch. Pitch to Wills. And that's going to be a base hit for Wills. It's now a 7-1 ball game. Will Thompson the second, Wills the first, and the Red Sox, the shutout's been broken. So now a 7-1 ball game. Here's Sundberg. Eckersley from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Sundberg. And that's going to be a walk, and the bases are loaded for Hargrove. So now what do you do with Campaneris on deck? Eckersley's going to try to wean himself out of it here. Rolling the top of the seventh, one out, six and a third from Eckersley. Eckersley from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Hargrove. And that's a line drive. And Scott was right there. There's two outs. Now here's Campy. 269 bats. He's hitting the ball extremely well this season. But there are people who think the average might be a little bit not as truthful as it looks. So let's see if they do have another shortstop who can come in who won't gas them when it comes to being a shortstop. The only shortstop would be Jim Mason. And to me, that's probably not going to be a good job. You could put Hara there and then put another third baseman in. Let's see if there's options for them. Give me just looking at the roster and see if we can do something different. Oof, Hara. I mean, okay. So guess Campy will bat, bases loaded, two outs. Almost want to just change it for the sake of changing it here. And John Lowenstein will come in and bat. So Lowenstein doesn't care. He'll come in. He mostly just a batter. So he'll hit for Campy here. Left-handed hitter against a righty Eckersley from the stretch in the pitch. And that's going to be, he did it. A great call by the manager. A double for John Lowenstein. It's a 7-3 ball game. Thompson scores. Wills scores. Sundberg will be held at third. So now it's a 7-3 ball game. Oliver, the batter, he's not coming out this lineup. Then you got a tough hitter in Zisk. So now the Red Sox may have to go to their bullpen as Zimmer will come out. And let's see who they go with. They may go to Stanley here, and they will. They'll go to Bob Stanley, trying to get through this. So 6 2/3 by Eckersley. Texas comes roaring back with 3 in the seventh. Stanley from the stretch, pitch to Oliver, and that's going to ground ball to second. Let's see if Remy comes up with it. No, he cannot make the play. He knocks it down. Sundberg scores. Lowenstein the third. It's a 7-4 ball game, and the Rangers bring the tying runner to the plate, and it's Richie Zisk. Wow. So now Texas with a chance. Stanley from the stretch, first and third, two outs now, a 3-1-3-run ball game, but a fly ball to right field. Evans with the catch, and we have a ball game here in Fenway. 7-4, Boston going to the bottom of the seventh inning, but now they've got to now they're going to have to make a crafty move. So the shortstop will probably be Harrow. That would mean they probably have to have somebody else to play third base, and him is that's not going to work. He doesn't play third. 3E47 for Sandy Alomar. 4E37 for Mason. He's had the more at bats, so we'll go ahead and put him there. Lowenstein does not play a position. So we'll go ahead and put Mason at third. The new shortstop will be Hara, and the new center fielder will be Bobby Thompson. So now, bottom of the seventh, 7-4. We'll see if it'll be Yaz, Fisk, and Lynn the battle. All of a sudden, we have a ball game here at Fenway Park. So here is Yaz. Yaz followed by Fisk and Lynn. Comer with the windup and the pitch. Ground ball to third, hit at Mason, makes it, throws him out. So the first play of the game for Jim Mason is successful. Here's Fisk, 1 for 2, 2 runs scored. Comer with the windup to Fisk, and that's what a play by Hara, playing the new position, leaped to his left and made a fantastic grab. Here's Lynn, 1 for 2, a monster 2-run homer back in the sixth. Comer with the windup and the pitch. That's a ground ball to second. Wills with the play. We go to the eighth. It's 7-4 Boston into the eighth. So Bob Stanley will stay out there. He has a save of 3 innings of work now, 2 hits and a strikeout. He's been effective. Stanley will now pitch to Hara, Washington, and Thompson. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. Thompson, hold your breath. That's a base hit. It throws into the dirt. Scott cannot scoop it. That's an E5 on Hobson. And Hara will go to second. So Texas again gets something going. Here's Washington now, 0 for 2 with the walk. Stanley with the stretch. Now you look at the Red Sox stuff and see who's a better pitcher here. And they will probably go with Tom Bergmeyer. So Bergmeyer will come in for Stanley, making them choose wisely now for Washington. Is he the bat they want out in this situation? John Ellis would hit lefties a much better. No one they have in the lineup, though, can really play left field besides Jorgensen. And you're kind of saving him. So Texas doesn't have a lot of defensive stuff left. So lefty matchup, Bergmeyer to Claudel Washington. And a base hit for Claudel Washington. How about that? Hara will stop at third. Great throw by Evans. Cuts it off, and the run would have been dead at the plate. First and third, no outs, and a tie ball game. Tying runner comes to the plate here in the eighth, and here's Thompson now. And again, not much of an option left, so Thompson's got the bat here against the lefty, but he has power. Bergmeyer from the stretch and the pitch. And he hit him with the pitch, and the bases are now loaded. The Rangers actually bring the go-ahead runner to the plate for Bump Wills. He's 1 for 2 with a ribby. Red Sox will play the infield back. They'll try to get a double play and give up that fifth run. Bergmeyer from the stretch. Pitch to Bump Wills now. And that's a fly ball right field. Evans will make the catch. Hara will score. Washington will go for third, and he makes it standing. So Evans did not uncork a good throw. So Washington basically steals third. He'll be 90 feet away from getting Texas within a run with one out here in the eighth. So here's Sundberg now. Bergmeyer from the stretch to pitch to Sundberg and the pitch. And that is going to be a base hit in the gap off the wall. Washington scores. They will hold 1-12 for Bobby Thompson. They'll hold him at third. It's 7-6 Boston. So a 7-run lead has come all the way back. It's now 7-6 Red Sox in the top of the eighth for Hargrove. So Bergmeyer getting roughed up a bit. Lefty-lefty matchup. Red Sox going to play the infield in now. Bergmeyer from the stretch to Hargrove. And that's a ground ball to second. Let's see if they make the play. He does. He holds him. He'll hold the runner and throws him out. Great job by Remy. He snuffed it out, took his time, threw out the runner, and now here is a very bad hitter in Jim Mason. And again, the Rangers are basically down to nothing when it comes to hitters. I mean, it could be a Sandy Alomar situation. Alomar, a 4E50, and he'll be brought in as an emergency hitter here. Cannot hit in the clutch, which is going to hurt this situation. Here is Sandy Alomar Sr. Second and third, 2 outs, 7-6 Boston. Bergmeyer looks in, and I think they're going to come get him. So the Red Sox will not leave Bergmeyer out there. Reggie Cleveland, 12 saves, 76 innings. They had a healthy bullpen. So Cleveland will come in trying to get an out. Cleveland from the stretch, pitch to Alomar, and it's going to be a fly ball left field. Yastrzemski with the catch, and it's 7-6 Boston. We head to the bottom of the eighth inning. So Sandy Alomar will take over for third base, and now this Comer stay out there. Has Comer been effective? It'll be Scott, Evans, Hobson, right here. And now we'll look at the Texas pen. Now they want to probably go with their strongest arm. Ferguson Jenkins, God, he has not been in a game yet this year, so he's not yet in the starting staff. And they'll bring Ferguson out just to keep it close. So Jenkins, kind of like the Mike Caldwell situation, just bring your best out there and see what happens. So he'll be the de facto, as they say, pitcher. He's not in the next rotation of starters. Jenkins from the stretch. Scott, Evans, Hobson the bat. And it's going to be a strikeout for Ferguson. Jenkins one away. Here's Evans, 1 for 3 with a double. Jenkins with the windup and the pitch, and he gets a drive left center field. Oliver a sliding catch and 2 outs. Here's Hobson, 2 for 3 with a double. Jenkins with the windup and the pitch. And you left the bat in there for Hops. That's what happens. Off the top of the wall. Hobson with a double. And now this is the Red Sox now. They will do something, I would say, kind of like the Bill Buckner 1986 situation. Sorry, Red Sox fans. But let's see who the best runner here is. Bergmeier's Duffy's a 14, can play third. So the strongest base runner looks to being Frank Duffy. So Frank Duffy will come in and run for Hobson and stay at third base. Here's Remy, 2 for 3, a double, 2 doubles, and 2 ribbies. Left-handed hitter against Jenkins and the pitch. And that's going to be a strikeout for Ferguson. Jenkins, and the Rangers come up in the ninth, down only 1 run. Last licks for the Rangers, but it's a tough, dicey situation here in Fenway. So now let's look at things. Top of the ninth, trying to put this away here. Wow, what a ball game from a 7-0 Red Sox lead. Texas with 4 in the 7th and 2 in the 8th. It'll be Oliver, Zisk, and Hara. Cleveland will stay out there trying to get the save. Cleveland from the stretch. And that's a ground ball to second. Tough play for Remy. Go! He does not make the play. It went off his arm, through it, and Oliver beat it out. Now the Rangers have the tying runner on. Oliver is the starting left fielder. So again, they have Jorgensen who can play left. Now they have somebody who can run, let's say. Oliver, 3 stolen bases, nothing there. Oliver has 8. He may be best qualified here. Zisk will bat against Cleveland. Cleveland from the stretch and the pitch. And that's a ground ball to third. 5, 4, 3, double play. Good job by Duffy. Gets it to Remy to Scott. 2 outs in the ninth. Now here's Hara. Last licks, last call for Texas. Hara 2 for 3. Singled and got the second on the air and singled back in the 7th. Cleveland from the stretch. Big opportunity for Reggie Cleveland. And he doesn't. Oh, he does. Yastrzemski leaps and makes the catch at the track. Oh, what a catch by Yastrzemski. And the ball game is over. Red Sox hold on and win it 7-6. Red Sox will go to 5-1. Eckersley 6 2/3, 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, gets to win. Stanley gets a hold, 1/3 of inning work. Bergmeyer goes 2/3 and gets a hold. Neither of them look great. Cleveland got a legit save when an inning and a third empty. Alexander went 5 1/3, 6 hits, 6 runs. Comer came in with an inning and 2/3, 2 hits, 1 run. And Jenkins pitched a solid inning. Doubles by Lowenstein, Sundberg, 2 doubles by Remy, gives him 4. Evans is second, and Hobson had 2, gives him 2. Home run by Freddie Lynn, that was his second. RBIs in the ball game. Lowenstein had 2, give him 2. Oliver had his 8th. Wills had 2, give him 5. Sundberg had 2. Remy had 2, give him 6. Lynn had a 2-run homer, give him his 5th. And Hobson had 3 RBIs and give him 4. Final score is Boston 7, Texas 6. Boston's 5-1. Texas is 2-4. We'll go ahead, get up, and set up for game 2 with Cleveland Indians and the Kansas City Royals. Give a second to get this set up here. Cleveland and Kansas City. Let's go ahead and get this started. Let's see here. Let's see. Do we have right here? It's Rick Wise against Paul Splittorff from Kansas City. So here are the lineups, and this is going to be a first of a 3-game series. Wise 0-1, 16.2 ERA. Splittorff is 0-1, 1.29. The Indians come in 1-3. The Royals are 2-2. Let's go ahead and get you to the ballpark for the second game or doubleheader. We'll play at current Kansas City, so I don't have to look up ballparks. Here at Kansas City, ballpark singles are 1-14, while ballpark home runs are only a 1-3. So it's good. There should be turf here, but it usually gives you better chances at hits. That's 1-14, and this is where home runs go to die. 1-3 lefties and righties. So split off against Dade. It's Dade, Kuiper, and Grubb, Thornton, Horton, Blanks, Bell, Manning, and Diaz. So split off on the mound, and we're ready for ball here in Kansas City. Pitch to Dade, and struck him out one away. Here's Kuiper. So Splodorf on the mound pitched well his first game. He scattered 12 hits over 7 innings and took a loss. Splodorf with the windup to Kuiper, and Kuiper with a line drive base hit. So Kuiper is on. Here is Johnny Grubb hitting 417. Usually doesn't hit lefties at all. This could be a win-win for Splodorf. Splodorf from the stretch in the pitch, and he struck him out. 2 outs. And here is Andre Thornton. He loves hitting lefties. We'll see how he does here, winning 214, home run, 4 RBIs. Splodorf from the stretch, and that's gone deep to left field. That's going to get wet in the fountain. It's gone. Two-run bomb for Andre Thornton. So Thornton hits a launch, and he drives into the fountain in left center field. 2-0 Cleveland, top of the first. So here's Willie Horton, 16 at-bats and an RBI, struggling. Splodorf with the windup and the pitch, and he gives a line drive base hit. Ballpark single to Horton. Here's Blanks. Blanks in 16 at-bats, no home runs, 1 RBI. Splodorf from the stretch, and that's going to be a caught. That's going to be ground ball to third, throws them out, and the first inning is over. Cleveland 2, Kansas City coming up the bat. So Kansas City coming this game playing well, but now they're in a hole 2-zip. On the mound, the veteran Rick Wise, 0-1, only pitched 3 innings, gave up 8 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 16.20 ERA. They got 226 innings out of Rick. He's the type of pitcher they need to get innings out of. Here's Wilson hitting 400, 2 doubles, a triple, 2 RBIs, but has 5 stolen bases. Here's the pitch, Wise to Wilson. Pop up the short, Blanks with a catch, 1 away. Here's Poquette. 5 at-bats and 2 hits. Wise the windup to Poquette. And that's a ground ball to second. Kuiper will stop it, throws him out, 2 outs. Easy play for Dwayne. Here's Brett. Brett hitting 429, 3 doubles, a triple, and 6 ribbies. Wise with the windup and the pitch. And that's a strikeout to Brett. Kansas City goes down 3 up, 3 down. 2-0 Cleveland, top 2. So here's Bell. 15 at-bats, hitting 133. Splodorf with the windup, pitch to Bell. And that's a base hit for Bell. So they're hitting Splodorf hard. Here's Manning hitting 214. Splodorf from the stretch to Manning. And that's going to be a line drive caught by the second baseman White, 1 away. Here's Diaz, 1 for 1 on the season, only been up 1 time. Splodorf with the windup and the pitch. That's a ground ball to third. Goes to second. Oh, good slide, and Diaz will beat the relay. And he's on at first with 2 outs. And here's Paul Dade again, struck out his first time up. Splodorf from the stretch, pitch to Dade. And that's going to be a pop up to short. Potek with the play. We go bottom 2, Cleveland 2, KC nothing. McRae, Porter, and Otis. 20 at-bats, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. Wise with a windup pitch to McRae. And that's a ground ball to third. Bell with the play. So Rick Wise keeping things in touch. Porter, 267, 1 home run, 5 RBIs. Wise with the windup. And that's going to be a drive to right field. They'll pull that back. Right center field is a maze out there. Dade with a lot of room makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. And here's Amos Otis. Otis hitting 385, one of the better Royal hitters. Wise with a windup pitch to Otis. And that's going to be a base hit for Otis. He's on and probably going to steal. 33% says steal. 1-13. He's going to try it anyway. There's 2 outs. And he gets there. So a 2-out stolen base for Amos Otis. Here's Clint Hurdle. He's been effective. So Wise from the stretch. We'll see if KC can steal run. The pitch. Nope. Ground ball back to Wise. Makes the play. We play 2. Cleveland 2 and Kansas City nothing. It's going to be Kuiper, Grubb, and Thornton. Splodorf with the windup, pitch to Kuiper. And that's going to be a base hit in the gap. They'll roll all the way to the wall. Kuiper's going to have a shot at 3 and makes it a stand-up triple. A triple to Kuiper with nobody out. And here's Johnny Grubb. So Splodorf from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Grubb. And that's going to be ground ball to first. Let's see if they make the play on. Oh, no. Hurdle cannot make the play. Gets to get Pam. He cannot make the play. Kansas. and Cleveland will tack on a run at 3-0 Cleveland. And again, the dangerous Andre Thornton duo. Splurdor from the stretch and the pitch. And that's going to be a pop to short. Patek with the play. One away. Cleveland now up 3. Here's Willie Horton with the base hit his first time up. Splurdor from the stretch and the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball to third. Can Brett turn 2? He can and does. 5-4-3. And we go to the bottom of the third. Cleveland now holding on to a 3-0 lead. 3-5-0 for Cleveland. 0-1-1 for the Royals. Patek, White, and Wilson the bat. Wise from the windup. Here's the pitch to Patek. And that's a base hit for Patek. We know he's got some wheels. He may try to run. And does he? No, he doesn't. But he'll go to second anyway. The throw, not in time. So Patek steals second. Again, give them the chance. They get a +2 on their first number. Patek takes that chance, even not getting the lead. He ran on Wise that time. Runner on second, nobody out. And he's got wheels enough to steal 3, down 3-0. Does he get the lead? No, he doesn't. Wise from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Frank White. And that's going to be a base hit to left field. We're going to send Patek. Here comes the throw to the plate. And not in time. It's 3-1 Cleveland. So White is on base. RBI for Frank. And now we're going to throw. White can get picked, though. And he doesn't, but he gets the steal attempt and does. The third Kansas City stolen base. Runner on second. Nobody out for Willie Wilson. Wise from the stretch. And that's going to be a line drive, but Thornton stops it quick. Oh, it almost got to the gap. Here's Poquette. He's 0 for 1. Wise from the stretch. Pitch to Poquette. And that's a struck him out. 2 outs. Now here's Brett. Brett with McRae on deck. And, no. We'll put Brett on base, even though it puts the tying runners on base. McRae only hitting 143. He's got power, but they're taking the opportunities of what's available to him here in KC. Wise from the stretch and the pitch. And he gets a drive to the left center field. Manning will score. Brett with a 1-15 chance. He's going to try to steal. And they're going to hold. Not in time. We're tied at 3. McRae drives in 2 with a double. So the intentional walk doesn't work. It's 3-3 now with 2 outs in the third. Wise from the stretch to Porter. And that's a walk, and all of a sudden Rick Wise has lost all control. First and second, 2 out for Otis. Wise from the stretch, pitch to Otis. And Otis, no, what a play by the shortstop. Makes a great play. That was this guy, Larvell Blanks. Makes the great play and leads off the next inning. 3-5-0 for KC. Kansas City, with all their speed, is definitely playing their game. 3 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. So now in the top of the 4th inning of a tie ball game. Again, welcome aboard to the 1978 American League Strat-O-Matic replay. And now let's go ahead and go back. It's going to be Blanks followed by Bell and Manning. Split off to work the top of the 4th. And that's a pop-up for Blanks. He's 0 for 2. Here's Bell. He's 1 for 1. Split off with the windup and the pitch. That's a ground ball to third. Brett's got it. Makes the throw and does. Good throw from Brett. And there's 2 outs. Here's Manning. He's 0 for 1. Splittorf, left on left matchup. Pitch to Manning. And that's a strikeout. So a good inning from Splittorf. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Has the game changed? Cleveland 3, Kansas City 3. Hurdle, Patek, and White. Wise on the mound. Here's the pitch to Hurdle. And that's a strikeout for Hurdle. Here's Patek. 1 for 1, single scored, and also stole a base. Wise with the windup and the pitch. That's a strikeout. So gets it on the inside corner. 2 outs. Here's White. 1 for 1, single and a ribby his first time up. Wise from the windup and the pitch. And he hits a line drive base hit. Let's see if White wants to run. Ooh, he gets picked a little bit, and he doesn't get it. At least he doesn't get picked off. Here's Wilson now. Wise from the stretch. Runner on first, 2 outs, and the pitch. And that's a fly ball right field. Dade with the catch, and we go to the 5th, tied at 3. So now here's Diaz, followed by Dade and Kuiper. Splittorf looks in, top 5, 3-3, 3-5-0 for Cleveland, 3-5-1 for the Royals. Splittorf with the windup, pitch to Diaz, and that's a base hit for Diaz. So Diaz with a big base hit. So now Diaz with the hit. Splittorf looks in. Dade looks at his third base coach. By the way, he looks in that picture. He looks very confused. We'll see if he would be a C bunter. So we'll try to lay down a bunt. We'll try to go small ball, and it works. Diaz will move to second. Dade with a sacrifice. But here's Dwayne Kuiper, a single and a triple so far. Spudor from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Kuiper, and that's a fly ball right field. Paquette with the play. Diaz cannot move up, and there's 2 outs. And now here's Grubb with a very tough Thornton on deck. Split off from the stretch. Runner on second, 2 outs, and the pitch. Walked him. That's what you did not want to do. So top of the fifth, 2 out for Thornton. This is who you don't want to pitch to in this situation. Split off from the stretch. First and second, 2 outs, and the pitch. And he hit him with the pitch. He went inside and hit Thornton. He gets a dirty look. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And for another legend of a hitter and Willie Horton. Horton so far struggling with the bat. He's 1 for 2 today. Splittar trying to get out of this inning. Splittar from the stretch and the pitch. That's a ground ball to short. That's Patek. Does he make the play? Yes, he does. He gets at the hurdle, makes the play, and Cleveland will leave reservations full, but nobody can come in. Bottom of the fifth, all tied at 3. Paquette, Brett, and McRae to bat for KC against Rick Wise. Wise the windup to the lefty hitting Paquette. And Paquette with a liner, base hit for Paquette, gets it past him. Runner on first, nobody out. Paquette with some crazy numbers. We'll see what he gets the lead on. Is he an auto steal? No, he gets it on the 3. So very little chance and doesn't get it. He'll keep Cleveland honest. They'll hold him on. Here's Brett, Wise from the stretch, runner on first, nobody out. And that's going to be a struck him out. Brett strikes out inside corner looking. So here's McRae, Wise from the stretch. McRae had an RBI double with 2 ribbies his first time up. Wise from the stretch to McRae. That's a base hit center field. They'll have to hold Paquette at second. First and second, 1 out for Porter. Porter walked his first time up. They could get a double play here. Porter's definitely a double play candidate. Wise from the stretch. First and second, 1 out. And the pitch at the fly ball into left field. That's Grubb. Makes the catch. No advancement. Paquette has to hold. And they do allow him, but they don't get the instant save. So they'll hold Paquette. First and second, 2 outs for Otis. 1 for 2. A single back in the second. Wise from the stretch. First and second, 2 outs. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. Manning's there. Makes the catch. And the Royals will leave 2. We go to 6. It's 3-3. Cleveland 3-6-0. Kansas City 3-7-1. These are the games of April 14th, 1978. The first game of a 3-game series here in Kansas City. Cleveland 3, Kansas City 3. Let's now head to the 6th inning. Blanks followed by Bell and Manning. Split off with a windup pitch to him. And that's a ground ball, and he will be hurt. So Blanks will come out. Here's Bell. Split off with a windup to Buddy Bell. And that's a walk. So now Bell is on. Split off now. Again, giving up base runners. Lefty-lefty matchup to Manning. Can't pitch hit to the 7th. This is what you're going to see. Split off from the stretch. Pitch to Manning. And that's going to be a line drive. No, it's caught by White. 2 away. Perfectly played. And now here's Diaz. 1 for 2 with a single back in the 5th. Split off from the stretch. Pitch to Diaz. And that's a pop to short. Patek with the play. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. We're going to have a defensive change now. And it's probably going to be Tom Verizor, who's actually a little better fielder. So Verizor will come in and play shortstop. So it works in their favor. We now go to the bottom 6th inning, tied at 3. It's Hurdle, Patek, and White against Wise. Wise with a windup, pitch to Hurdle. And that's going to be a walk to Hurdle, and he's on base. Now let's see what kind of running speed Clint Hurdle gives the Royals. He's something he can get a good lead out of, but he gets picked at a bad situation. So he'll stay. Patek, a very good bunter, has a chance to bunt him over. He's 1 for 2. He's hitting .533. This is Whitey Herzog. I don't care. He's hitting .700. This will be a bunt situation. He does, and Hurdle will move to second. Patek not happy, but it gives Frank White a chance. Runner on second, 1 out for White, 2 for 2, and an RBI. Royals are hitting quite well if you see their stats. Wise from the stretch. Runner on second, 1 out. Hurdle has decent speed. pitch to him. And there's a line drive base hit. Scores hurdle from second. Royals take a 4-3 lead, and Frank White has his third hit and RBI. And now White will now try for that stolen base. He will try and gets it. And he gets over to second. So another stolen base for the Royals. Runner on second, one out for Wilson. So Wise in trouble. Let's see if Cleveland wants to do anything here. They have somebody they like enough in this bowl. A lot of lefties coming up. They will go to Kern and see if he's able to keep it close. He is normally their guy who gets the saves, but now you need a guy to get outs. Kern will come in to Wilson. Runner on second, one out. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strikeout for Kern, two outs. Here's Poquette, 1-for-3, single back in the fifth. Kern from the stretch. Runner on second, two outs, and the pitch. And that's going to be a line drive base hit for Poquette. And now Kern has to pitch to Brett. First and third, two outs. Brett's 0-for-2 with the intentional walk back in the third. Kern from the stretch. Possibly big pitch of this ball game right now. And that's a ground ball back to Kern. 2-0. No! It goes up the line. Kern lets it stay fair. And the Royals take a 5-3 lead. That's an infield hit for Brett. And give him the RBI. So Kern let it stay fair. First and second, two outs. And here's McRae. And the Royal lead has gone to 2. Kern from the stretch. Here's the pitch to McRae. And all of a sudden, it's gone bad. Manning over the head of Manning. Poquette will score. Brett will be a 1-17. They'll try to score that one. They'll always hold the trailing runner. 2 runs scored, and the Royals have a 4-run sixth inning as McRae has 4 RBIs. So now Kern from the stretch. Runner on second, 2 out. Pitch to Porter, and a walked him, and all of a sudden Kern has lost his mind. First and second, 2 out to Otis. Kern from the stretch, pitch to Otis, and that's a ground fly ball to center, and it's hit at Manning. Oh, he almost went over his head, but Manning, being the gifted fielder, makes that catch as Kansas City scores 4 in the 6th. We go to the 7th. It's Kansas City 7 and Cleveland 3. Splittorff now working in the 7th inning, 262 innings. Something tells me he's not coming out that ball game unless the Indians make a remarkable comeback. Here's the pitch to Dade. He's 0-for-2 with a sacrifice. Dade with the walks. Now here's Kuiper. Now Splittorff getting himself in trouble. Splittorff from the stretch. Kuiper, we're in the 7th inning. Kuiper is hitting 300. Normally, you leave guys in there when they do this. Kuiper, 547 at-bats. He probably stays in the game. Splittorff to Kuiper, lefty-lefty matchup, and a base hit for Dwayne Kuiper. So now it's first and third, no one out. Cleveland trying to get a comeback, and now here's Grubb. You know he's coming out this game. He is called back, and now you might see who is that hitter, Horace Speed. He can play the outfield, and he kind of kills lefties. Speed on the year is 1-for-2. So Splittorff come out here 6+ innings. Herzog, I would say, temperamental, probably pulls his guys occasionally. Let's see. Would they get, you know what? He'll pitch to him. Another hit, he might be gone. Splittorff from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Speed, and he gives up a line drive base hit. It would have been a home run, but no power, and Splittorff is out of this ball game. It's 7-4 for Thornton. You're not giving Thornton a chance to bat with the tying runners on base against a lefty, so a righty will come in. And who do you have as a righty? And it's going to be Doug Bird. So Bird will come in, 3 innings of work, 4 hits, only makes 6 walks, 6 starting appearances. So he's kind of in there to do this. So Thornton to bat against a righty. First and third, nobody out. Bird from the stretch. And that's going to be a fly ball to left field. Wilson with the catch. Kuiper will score, and it's 7-5. So now Speed on at first and 1 out. Here's Horton. Bird from the stretch, pitch to Horton. And that's a walk, 2 on. All of a sudden, the Indians have the go-ahead runners now on. Here's Verizon, came in the bat for blanks. Bird from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Verizon. And that's a catch X on Porter. Pass ball or foul out. Do the runners go? Yes, they do. They move up. So the tying runners now go to second and third, 1 out. And Cleveland may play for the tie here. Let's see who's on their bench. 16, 12, 12. Jim Norris. Ooh, you want to save Norris? Probably swing here. Let's see who will come in and run for the ageless Willie Horton. Let's see who is. He kind of plays all over. We'll bring in Teddy Cox. So Teddy Cox will run for Horton. So he's a 12 in case they get a single up the middle, no stars. So Bird from the stretch, 7-5 Kansas City, pitched to Verizon, and he gets a base hit. It's now 7-6. RBI Verizon. Cox will move to third. First and third, one out. Royals will now bring the infield in, and we have a wild ball game. Kansas City 7-11-1. Cleveland 6-9-0. Bird from the stretch. Bell to look in. Can he get the big out here to play the infield and trying to stop this tie from happening? Pitch to Bell, and at the fly left field, Wilson's a +2. This is where his speed will matter. 1-14. Try for the tying runner. Here's the throw, not in time, and Cox scores. I don't think Horton would have scored. So this game is now tied at 7. Cleveland with a 4-run seventh inning. Here's Manning against Bird. Bird from the stretch. And that's a ground ball to third. Brett DeWhite gets the fielder's choice, but we are tied at 7, going to the bottom of 7. So 7s are wild. So he moves up. Let's see if Jim Norris wants to play left field. And let's see if Speed plays left. Speed plays left. He'll just stay in the play of the game here. So now 7-7, bottom 7. Hurdle, Patek, and they will actually pull Kern out of this game. What do we have? Lefty, righty, righty. Ooh, who is that? Let's see who they trust. Kinney, 39 innings. We'll bring Kinney in to try to get some outs. This is a tough situation who to bring in. Kinney from the stretch, no record, first appearance of the year, pitched to Hurdle. And that's a pop to short, one away. Here's Patek, 1-for-2. Kinney from the windup and pitch to Patek. Fly ball center field. Manning with the play, 2 outs. And here's Frank White, 3-for-3, 2 RBIs in the ball game. Kinney with the windup, pitch to White. And that's going to be a line drive and caught. We played 7. We're still tied at 7. We go to the 8th. 7-9-0 Cleveland, 7-11-1 for the Kansas City Royals. We have an absolute outstanding game here in Kansas City. Tie game. Diaz followed by Dade and Kuiper. So the righty on the mound. Let's see if the Indians stay with Diaz here. Probably the better catcher. Ron Pruitt has 187 at bats, would be the notorious guy to come in. So Pruitt will come in and hit for Diaz. Right-handed hitter. So far, Pruitt, 231, no homers, 2 RBIs. Bird stays in, tie ball game. And the pitch. The ground ball, he gets hurt. Oh, shit. That is going to be a big problem. Cleveland probably does not have a backup. Oh, yes, no, they don't. No backup catchers in the ball game. Teddy Cox cannot catch. Oh, I was hoping he could. Let's see. Anybody else can catch? Are they going to play a 4E16 +5 behind the plate against the Royals? That is instant insanity. So now here's Dade. Bird from the windup. Pitch to him. That's a fly ball center field. Otis with the catch and 2 outs. I'm sorry to all you Indian fans that are out there. Kuiper, 3-for-4, 2 singles and a triple. Bird with the windup and the pitch, and that's a fly ball right field. Poquet makes yes, he does. It went off his glove, makes the catch, and we go to the 8th inning, and now out. Total insanity will ensue. So let's see what they decide to do. Who is the better player, or who they want out there? Wayne Cage will be the emergency catcher, unfortunately. So he will be the catcher in this case, and he does not catch. So that is going to be bad. 5E16 +5 as the emergency catcher. 7-11-1 for KC. 7-9-0 for Cleveland. Wilson, Poquet, and Brett. And that's a lefty. Let's see. They want him out there. This is where Cleveland's going to have to really make some smart moves here. They're going to bring in a long guy, and it's going to be Mike Paxson. So Paxson will come in, probably a better overall card. So he'll come in the game, left-handed hitter Wilson. Here's the pitch from Paxson, and that's going to be a base hit. And boy, it gives Willie Wilson just run, run, run. 100% on the run, gets it, 19, gets it, and he goes to third on the auto chuck by Cage, and all of a sudden they took advantage of the emergency catcher. Oh, I'm so sorry, Cleveland fans. Again, I didn't expect that. I should reverse the call and not have the injuries happen, but that's what happens. Infield in, Paxson against Poquette. And that's going to be a line drive to the shortstop, so Cleveland gets a break there. Verizon with the catch. You don't pitch to Brett here. He's had one intentional walk, make it two. McRae has made him pay, though. He's 3 for 4, 4 RBIs on the ball game. But this is the better matchup. Paxton from the stretch, first and third, one out, and the run scores. That was a wild pitch, or was it? Yes, a auto pass ball because Cage again is the auto catcher. 8-7 Royals. Wow, when everything rains, it pours. Line drive to short, 2 outs. Here's Porter. Paxton from the stretch, and that's going to be a walk. So 2 on, 2 outs for Otis, who's 1 for 4. Paxton from the stretch, and that's going to be a line drive, and they get hit by the bug. I'm sorry again to Indian fans. 8-7 Kansas City. We go to the ninth inning. Wow. And all of a sudden, I had somebody who was here, and they left. Probably on that, oh, it wasn't on that decision. Speed, Thornton, Cox will bat. So again, Bird now all of a sudden can stay in this ball game. He is an auto tired if given a base hit here. So Bird will try to stay in and get the win. Puts a man on. Will get a closer. Bird from the stretch. Horace Speed. Oh no, he's the left fielder. That's why we saved Jim Norris. So Norris will bat in this situation. A much better hitter against righties. Norris on the year 0 for 1. Bird the wind up the pitch to Jim Norris. And that's a fly ball right field. Paquette with the catch, and there's one out. Now here is Thornton. Boy, he's been a pain. 3 RBIs today, including a bomb. Top ninth, 1 out. Can Cleveland pull off an amazing upset? They were down big at one point, and now because of a technical error, they're going to lose this. So let's see if the Royals want to keep Bird out there. He's not tired. Bird from the windup will pitch to Thornton, and that's going to be a ground ball, 2 away, and that's 2 outs. Ground ball to the third baseman. Brett throws them out, and now we come to Ted Cox. There's no one left on this bench. This is his first at bat of the season. Bird looks in, gets the sign, 2 outs in the ninth. Does he win this? Fly ball to left. Wilson with the catch, and the Royals hold on and win it 8-7 again. Oh my goodness. So the errors. So Blanks and Pruitt the injury. I pulled Diaz out. Unfortunately, Wayne Cage was forced to be the catcher. The winner was Bird. He went 1-0. He blew a save technically. 3 innings of work, 1 hit, 1 run was not earned, a walk. Paxton unfortunately gets the loss. 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run not earned, 2 walks, gets the loss. Doubles by McRae had 2, now has 3. Triple by Kuiper has 1. Andre Thornton had the home run, gives him 2. RBIs, 1 by Speed. Thornton, 3, gave him 7. Frizer's first. Bell gave him his first. Brett had his 7th RBI in the season, had 2 intentional walks. McRae had 4 RBIs, giving him 8 total. White had 2 RBIs, giving him 3. What made a difference in this game was the stolen base. The Royals stole. Wilson had a stolen base his 6th. Otis his 2nd. Patek his 3rd. Frank White stole 2, his 5th. The Indians took advantage of the Rick Wise situation, and then Jim Kern came in and did nothing to help matters, only pitching 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 2 runs. Both were earned. Royals will win it. They'll go to 3-2. The Indians will drop to 1-4. Let's go ahead and go over probably going to be Friday's games. I'm sorry, these will be Saturday's games because most likely I can see Seattle, Minnesota, California, Oakland will be played off. So we'll go ahead and come back to these games. Let's go ahead and play the National League games on this Saturday, and then we'll look at our schedule for Saturday and see what's on the docket. We'll start with the Yankees and White Sox with Francisco Barrios and Ed Figueroa, and then it'll be Jack Billingham against Tom Underwood. That's the Tigers and the Blue Jays. Then the next set of games after that again will be the Brewers and Orioles, which is Augustine and Palmer, and then we'll go to Texas and Boston for Doc Ellis and Bill Lee. And then after that, again, will probably the Cleveland series, probably the Cleveland game after that. All right, folks, thank you once again. This has been my pleasure. Hopefully, you enjoyed yourself. Sorry about the little mistake there on the field today. Let's see what our standings look like. The Brewers are 5-1. So are the Red Sox. They hold a 2-game lead over Toronto and the Yankees and the Orioles. Tigers are 3 back. The Indians are 3.5 back. Kansas City's 3-2. They're tied for first with the A's and Twins, while the Angels are 1 game back. Texas is 1.5 back, and the White Sox are 1.5 back. National League Baseball comes to the channel because the first Monday game of the year actually is this Monday, according to scheduling. And I believe, if I'm correct, and I already will put it on manual, and we'll take a look and see what the game is again. Yes, Reds and Dodgers, Bill Bonham against Burt Hooton. We'll put that on manual because that will be an auto game on Monday. And I believe that'll probably be the only game we'll play that day. That'll be a special Monday night baseball broadcast. So everything else will kind of be played offline just so we can push things ahead a little bit. Again, I have a schedule will follow for that. And that was the main broadcasters that covered that game that evening. So we'll let Bonham and Hooton be our first National League Monday night game. And that will be the one that'll be scheduled. Might start doing that with our Saturday game as we move forward. But again, I don't want to be eating into Dave Demo's 1978 season ticket package, and he's doing the NBC games. So we'll let those be his, and we'll concentrate on Monday night games. That's something we'll do, including the American League schedule. So hopefully you all enjoyed it. Have fun. Have a good rest of the night. Hope everyone's here. Do you watch it at the end? Please go ahead and like. Please subscribe. Have a good rest of the night. Have a good night.